Hey everybody, I'm back, and today I thought I'd look at Pathfinder Kingmaker again. I was hoping there'd be a new build prior to launch, and the last build for the backer beta came a little over 2 months ago. There's been some patches and some updates since then, but no major changes, and the build I have at least has quite a bit of, placeholder art assets, font issues here and there, just a couple little bugs here and there, some major issues that I know have been addressed since, but in an effort to show the game in a most positive light possible, I haven't done much with the build I have. But I see that it comes out next Tuesday, and some of you guys may be wondering what this is about, so I thought, hey, let's just record a little video with the massive caveat that this is all early, and I haven't played this myself in a little while, so I don't know what I'm going to show exactly. I have a save game with some early level characters I'll load into, but first I thought, let's show off character creation. So before we do, the game has quite a lot of difficulties. In fact, let's go look at the actual settings. There's actually a lot to unpack here, and I'm not going to go through all of this. I'll let you kind of pause and look at the settings here if you want, but there's a lot of ways to customize and tweak your gameplay experience. You can make things easier, you can make things a little bit more true to the Dungeons and Dragons, kind of philosophy. You can custom map your keyboards, change your mouse settings around, hotbars, there's kingdom controls here. At some point in the game, fairly early on, you actually become in charge of the kingdom of this land, and your actions there are going to be important and tracked. I haven't seen it. It sounds really cool. Let's see, graphics. There's a couple things you can do for graphics. I have not changed too much here. Seemed like it was fine for me from the beginning. So, in the sound. Okay, so the other I did turn volume down. It's good music. It's totally serviceable, but when I'm recording, I don't like to have music. So that's that. So let's go to start a new game. And here you've got your difficulties. Now, normal mode is not your default de facto text, like as pen and paper. Because you've got, with normal mode, I'm going to click it a couple times to make sure there we go. With normal mode, you've got, you take a little bit less damage from enemies and traps. Characters don't die the first time they go to death's door, which is kind of a house rule some people do. You can go to challenging. You can actually just custom, and then you can kind of tweak all of these things. For example, critical hits. This to me, and I can't remember. I thought I saw a newer build that had this stuff kind of explained better, but maybe not. So this here, I think when you have it on weak, enemies have, like, their attacks do like max damage as a double damage when they get a critical hit, which I like because mathematically the players are at a big disadvantage when it comes to critical hits. A lot more enemies rolling attack dice against them than they are against the enemies. So you got some things here to change. We'll just leave it on normal. Doesn't matter. And you can create a new character. You can pick from a couple pre-made characters. You have a ranger and a sorcerer, cleric, that sort of thing. Not bad. Not bad at all. These are probably very well made characters. If I know anything about the Owlcat guys, the developers, these guys have been playing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, and they have no problem min-maxing a little bit and giving you a very good character. So I think anyone picking from these characters is going to be totally well served. Which does remind me, there's a setting you're going to want to change, most of you. If you're watching this video, at least, you're going to probably want to change the setting to auto-level up your companions, because you'll probably want to do that yourself, and I think it's on by default. So let's go with create a new character. Yeah. And you can pick a portrait. I don't necessarily have a real strong opinion on my portrait, I guess. I do like the art style here a lot. It's very impressive. Lots of cool characters. I like that you have a full art and then a portrait for different things. Let's go with... This guy looks awesome. Let's make this... let's make a, like a dwarf. Okay, now again, I don't know how much of this is early art, UI, and how much of this is going to be finalized. This is a pretty old build, and as far as I know, we haven't seen anything newer in a while. All of the races only seem to have one body type and like one or two faces that don't change too much. You have some Warhammer 40k in there. This looks good. I think that guy looks good. Oh, that's awesome. I missed it. Beard 5 is no beard. Okay. Let's go with that. This guy looks kind of awesome. And then you can choose his left-handedness or right-handedness. I don't know. And then here are the traits for the dwarf and a description for the class. Slow and steady. Let's see. Where are my tooltips? Well... I swear that this was a newer build last time and they had tooltips working. So I just re-downloaded this and I wonder if the build I have is somehow older than the last time I played. Well, anyway, in the full version, presumably, you'll have tooltips. You're going to see some bugs and some weird issues. And I've said this before on Quarter to 3 and elsewhere. This game could be very cool. It could be amazing, but I am really concerned about how ready this is going to be next week. But only because I've only touched a 2-month-old build, and I don't know how much of this has been addressed and changed. Every issue I've reported or brought up on the forums, the reply has always been, we're aware of it and we fixed it already. Something like that. So I'm pretty hopeful, but, it's tough to be completely excited about something that you've already played and is kind of unpolished and unfinished in a lot of ways. Okay, let's just move on to class. All right, here's your classes. You have Alchemists. Again, a lot of this is placeholder art here because you should have little icons for everything. This lack of tooltip pop-ups is driving me crazy. I'm going to put a pause in the video. I'm going to not re-download, but just sort of like check all my files in Steam. So give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I verified all the files, and now I relaunched the game, and I have tooltips again. So here's slow and steady, stability, hardy, defensive training against giants, hatred of orcs and goblinoids, keen senses, and dwarven weapon familiarity. So here's humans, of course. Not of course. I don't know how familiar everybody who's watching this video is with Dungeons & Dragons, but this game is the D&D most D&D game I've played in a long time. In that, no shortcuts. I mean, this game is basically translating the rules, when possible, which is most of the time so far, directly from the pen and paper, which is great, but also could be a little confusing for new players. So I'm hoping that the little tutorial pop-ups that come up, and there are some tutorial pop-ups, and they're pretty helpful. I hope that they explain a lot of things mechanically for new players. I don't know if they do because I keep turning my tooltips off when I play, and then I don't know how they look after the first couple times they pop up. Let's see. There's elves. There's are there sub races? I can't remember if there's sub races now. Maybe when we click next, there'll be like a sub race option. And then there's gnomes and halflings. Sorry, I'm going these kind of fast. No magic. Obsessive, slow movement. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to necessarily go through all of these for everything. Some of these are nice. I like the icons when they have them, so I'm looking forward to the full version just having icons for everything. Half elf. I do like that half elves get a bonus to their ability score creation. Makes them a little more useful. Half orcs, of course, are a ton of fun. I like the models in the game. They're simple. And I'll show you this later, but they also like show all the equipment that you put on them, even potions. Kind of hooked onto potion belts. And then Azamar, and then you can have like a different heritage to pick from for your Azamar as well. Let's go back to my dwarf. Let's grab his beard and hair, and we're going to move forward. Okay, so here you got alchemists with their bombs and mutagens and the discovery. I don't actually know anything about alchemists. I just noticed that there were no sub-races, which is fine, but maybe worth noting in case anyone's curious. There are, however, subclasses, and there are a few prestige classes. There's more prestige classes in the full version. There's a couple more at least. The full list was disclosed on an Ask Me Anything recently, a couple days ago. And I don't remember what they were, but that information is out there. Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Inquisitor. These are like, I think Inquisitors are Sorcerer Clerics in that they can only have a couple spells and then cast them a bunch. I could be wrong about that. Maguses seem really cool, and I really wanted to play a Magus. I like the look of all the different character classes. But they're pretty micro intensive, and I'm a little rusty on my D&D 3.5 edition. So maybe I'll do like a monk or a paladin for my first character. Probably a wizard. I like wizards a lot. Rangers. Oh, that's awesome looking. Rogue. That's also awesome looking. I like the art style in this game a lot. There's a lot of creatures and animations that are just fantastic looking. What are the? I wish we could click on these and get their their sort of their look. Okay, so let's do a fighter because that kind of matches his his portrait. Okay, so we got a fighter here. Tower shield specialists. They have almost all their icons. But you'd think they would have gotten a bonus combat feat icon right away because they could have filled in like all of these top rows could have had like the icon for bonus combat feat. Let's see. What are these defender here? Sword lords. Deadliest and most feared fighters of the inner sea. Spent long years mastering. I don't know why I'm reading this, you guys. Okay, so these guys have bravery. And at level 2, and they get a bonus combat feat. Dueling sword proficiency. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. Two-handed fighter. Ooh, man, really cool. My guy has a shield in the thing. Doesn't make a normal guy. Okay, so he's going to be a fighter, and we're going to go next just to see what the next screen looks like. Here we go. So I got 25 ability points. You can create your own, like, henchman-type characters who are not going to have, like, quests and stories like the pre-made companions will, but you can make them with 20 ability points, and then you can have, like, your own custom party if you want. But you get 25 points for your character. And here's all of his base stats and saving throws. Movement speed is a little lower because of slow and steady. And let's see, melee attack bonus because of his size. Yeah, doors are awesome. Okay, so one of the controversial, not to me, but some people are bummed by this, is that you get like half the skill point bonuses, or it's a reduced number. In the pen and paper, you get a skill point base number of skill points, and then bonus skill points for each point over the modifier. So in this case, though, I'm getting 1 plus 2, and then every other point gives me an extra point. And the reason they did that is just because there's fewer skills, and a lot of these are multiple skills rolled into one, different checks and things. Not necessarily to simplify things, but I think to make it a little more streamlined. And actually, as I was playing, I didn't have any problems with how it was set up. I thought it was totally fine. Okay, so let's... I do want more than one skill point, maybe. Do I? I like to be persuasive. And, well, I don't know. Maybe playing as a dwarf as my main character to be persuasive is a terrible idea. We could min-max my guy, I guess. I don't care about dexterity. I don't really like reducing points to get more points, min-maxing. I'm just not aesthetically, it just looks bad to me. We don't need wisdom for anything. We could be like not a jerk instantly to people. I can still put some points in strength. Oh, yeah, this is fine. And then I'll put another point in wisdom. Sure. Okay, and I'll put a point in what does athletics do? Let's see. This is a skill check for things like obstacles and climbing and things like that. My suspicion is it's going to be, there's an armor check penalty, and I'm going to have a really heavy armor. So, maybe knowledge world, maybe persuasion. If I put a point in here, I get 3 points automatically because I'm putting a point in... this little star here is... I think it's supposed to mean when you put a point in a class skill... is what I think this means. You get a bonus of 3 points for the first point. So I'll do that. Why not? And then you can pick your feats. And here's the feat picking, interface. There's a lot of feats in the game. Like, a lot. I'll try and go through the top a little bit slower. There you go. It's a lot of feats. These are just the beta, of course. And there is, man, I thought there was a way. There definitely at one point was a way to filter out the ones you can't see, but maybe I'm thinking of a different screen. Okay, so let's grab. Geez, I don't even know what's defensive combat training. Whenever you're adjacent to an ally, okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna play this character for real, so I can just grab something. Let's grab shield focus, and what is this one? Bonus combat feat. So I can only grab combat skills here. So let's grab shield bash. Sure, and that's that. And here you can pick your voice.
I won't give up.
Sure. And your birth date for some reason, and then your alignment, which of course will shift around as the game progresses. So I'll make this guy kind of a catech evil. How about neutral evil? It's kind of a bad dude. Okay, we'll give him a name like Bim Battle Hammer, and there is our character sheet. I don't know if this is what it'll look like in the full version. Something like this, certainly. I like this. I think that this overall, the way the game's presented in the UI, it looks great. I'm just looking forward to seeing how it, ends up. And that's it. Now, I'm going to put a pause here because I don't want you guys to see too much of the opening of the game. And instead, I will load into my existing game already in progress, where I have a level 3 party led by my character, who is a level 3 wizard. Now, first thing, let's take a look at the lighting. The lighting here is great. Looks fantastic. Look at how dark and shadowy it is to this guy here. He's got like a lantern on his belt. I love it. So good. In fact, if I were to take that off his belt, see, goes away. That goes for his. I don't know if it goes for his wand. I don't know if his wand is on him. Oh, it was. Look at that. It's like right here. Put that back on him. Boop. There's his wand. He has a potion on him, which I didn't see that one, but that's probably because it's hidden behind his hand. Yeah, but like that's kind of a fun thing. He's got some equipment. There is shared encumbrance. You can turn off movement penalties for outside of combat with that. The pace and the weight of the game and the characters feels really good to me, by and large. I like the way it feels and plays. And while it would be nice if you could like set up double speed for exploration, I did ask if that was a thing, and it's not. And I don't know if it's even planned. Maybe it is. Who knows? So I will next show off. Let's see. You got a couple placeholder pieces of art here for dexterity damage permanent because of a spider. My guy's dropped at one point, so he's in death's door until I rest. In fact, let's show off camping. Camping is really a neat thing. So you can set up a campsite, and then you can camp. And the user interface has you then, let's see, setting up roles for everybody. Let's manage the campsite. So right now we've got the barbarian and my magus. They are hunting. Because I don't have any rations. I need 6 for these 6 people. So they have to hunt in order for us to actually get a good night's sleep. And we will waste time. We won't even start camping, and we'll be like potentially plagued by random encounters the whole time they're hunting. And we're in the middle of a bad guy's lair, so it's a pretty good chance of us getting, picked up on. But we do have camp camouflage, which will help. And we can click on this guy, and you can get an idea what the bonuses that this particular character will give you. So we're going to put him in the first watch, and we're going to, let's see what we got here. Let's have this guy. My guy is cooking because he's got a big bonus to his world check. Let's have her go into. I don't know why watch order having another person in the second watch doesn't do anything, but that's fine. Let's have camp camouflage be bonus. Oops. Put her in. No. What did I do? Why is that not working? I don't want you over there, though. Okay. Well, whatever. You can put her in special roles. Everyone has their own special roles. She can adjust her armor for a reduction in armor penalty for the next 12 hours. And 3, 4, 5, 6. That's everybody. So let's just let's go with that. And you can use it being healing spells you have. And let's begin resting. And I can't hunt here. Oh. Well, you know what? That's probably going to mean we can't camp here, actually. So that makes sense. I tell you what, though. Let's get out here. Let's head back out of this cave.
I do what I must.
And we can camp. And then I will show you the world map. And if I can do a random encounter in the world map, I can show you a little bit of combat, too. Let's see. I'm trying to remember how... I actually have not played in this game in a while. So... okay, let's go up there. And again, this is where it'd be nice to be able to double speed. And I'm surprised that every developer who's making role-playing games from now on is not automatically including that in their game. But it's a really big game. I mean, it takes you to level 20 in Dungeons & Dragons terms. That's pretty high level. So I feel like this is a Kickstarted project. It's huge in scope, and what they've pulled off here is very impressive. So I'm going to cut them a little bit of slack when not every little feature that I personally desire is, in. Looks like we missed a light pick. This is a kind of a cool feature, though. And we missed this crumpled helmet, which looks important. It's also only £1, and it's 300 gold, so we're going to grab that. Yeah, okay, let's leave. Alright, so, a few things I learned since last time I played. The load times and the gameplay itself have been optimized quite a bit since the build I'm looking at. So that shouldn't be as bad of a problem as it seems like it is here. This isn't terrible. It'll load in a couple seconds, but still, it's pretty long. Okay, so now, where am I? Oh man, this is quite the level. What was I even doing over here? Oh, I remember what I was doing here now. Okay, never mind. I don't want to spoil anything. This is not part of the critical path, I don't think, but it's kind of a cool little quest that I was undertaking. And when I hit level 3, I stopped playing. I just wanted to kind of hit level 3 because it's fun to level up. There's a bug with this guy, who's my cleric. He started at level 3, which was great, but he doesn't have second level spells like a third level cleric should have access to. And in fact, it's like he's not actually level 3. It's just that he has the experience points of a level 3 character. I don't know. I read that was a bug that they fixed, so I think it's what we'll do this. There we go. There we are. I should be able to hunt here. So let's set up a camp. You can buy camping supplies, by the way. I keep forgetting to. So, and they're heavy. Well, I guess it's not a problem now that I've figured out that option. You can turn off the nonsense out of combat encumbrance, but still, they're not free. Okay, so let's manage our campground again. It's still here. Can I actually put her here now? No. Okay, well, I don't know why that is, but that's fine. Yeah, all these guys have a cool thing, like, I don't know, what's my thing? I think, yeah, your main character doesn't have one. Just your companions do. Which is probably something you'd lose if your whole party is handcrafted characters. Okay, so we're going to hunt, camouflage, adjust armor, hardy recipe, and we have guards. Let's begin resting. And it'll sort of go through and just check these off. Oh, jeez, okay. Or we'll get attacked right away. Thankfully, we are not caught completely flat-footed. What is this thing? It's cool looking. Tatzel worm. That seems real bad. Alright, so let's see as Tatzel worms, like magic missiles and swords. And we're going to do I'm out of inspiring... No, I have 15 more inspiring courages, which is a really cool bardic ability. I don't think I need to even rage. Is this the only enemy around? Looks like it. There we go. Excellent. So, and you have a full combat log down here as well, which gives you some details, which is nice. I guess we can loot this thing. It had coins on it for some reason. Alright, let's see if we can camp again. See, thankfully, we were not caught, like, sleeping when I got attacked, thanks to our camp guard. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, hunting. I like them. There is a little bit of banter between the characters as well. It doesn't come up every time. Usually it just kind of blows through all these things and tells you the outcome, but I guess they want to have a little conversation here, so that's fine. Okay, there we go. We camped. We didn't camouflage. We did get a hearty meal, though. And we're mostly doing pretty good. We were, however, attacked after 6 hours. And now, a bandit necromancer's attacked us, and a bandit cleric, and we are sort of out of action, or out of commission. Ugh. Okay, did I get enough sleep to get my spells? It does not seem like that's the case. Okay. Let's magic missile this guy. She's still out. She's waking up. Let's go get this guy. Ooh, look at that. His cause spell, cause fear spell was stopped by a failed concentration check. Someone kill this guy before he kills your wizard. Okay. There we go. Alright. Well, that worked out fine. Let's just break here. I don't need to show off any more combat, I guess. I do want to show off the world map, though, which is how you traverse from area to area. And it features a lot of potential for some very cool moments. Lots of random events and a lot of ways to get to different locations with interconnected paths and exploration. So let me show that off real quick as we wrap this video up. And I don't care about this stuff. I mean, since I turned off the encumbrance stuff, I'm still loath to like abuse it by picking every single thing up and selling every single thing. So I'm trying to self-check myself on that. I like the little load screens, give you some background on your companions. Alright, so here is the map. Areas I've been to have their details filled in, and sort of like Civilization 6 style, areas I have not been to are still like a sketch. So, I've explored quite a bit of this early part of the map. This is still super early Chapter 1. I do not know... well, geez, okay. I strongly suspect this whole map is the entire game. But it's also fucking massive. So, that's a big map. So if you wanted to go somewhere that you've already been, you just click on it and it takes you right there. If you wanted to explore a little bit, though, you can kind of head off in a direction, and your guys will go until they find... Like, look, there's a river here, so I'm going to go... Let's keep going south. Oh, we failed to sneak past enemies. Prepare for battle. So that's how you explore. That's how you get encounters and events and kind of things like that pop up. So I think that could potentially be really neat, too.
I need inspiration.
And it's always good to get a little extra experience points here and there. So this is a pretty good looking fight. We have a handful of guys here. I can show off the combat a little bit better here maybe. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to mage armor my guy, because otherwise I'm going to die. We're going to have Amari, Rage. We're going to have Valerie, just charge forward. You get like a little arrow drawing to the attacker of your characters, and there'll be a red line going from the enemies to their targets. We're going to have Harem. He doesn't seem to have access to any spells right now, so we are just going to do a Touch of Chaos. For the next round, anytime the target rolls die 20, he has to roll twice and take the less fair... That's cool. He grants disadvantage. What a cool ability. He's just going to attack. And she's going to inspire everybody. And what's he going to do? He's my Magus. He's actually really cool. I like Maguses a lot. And since there is a companion Magus in the game, I'll probably just pick him. We could cast... Let's have him Shocking Grasp, this guy. Okay. Amari's going to probably kill him. Okay. Shocking Grasp. Missed. Let's try this guy. There we go. That'll do it. Okay, That's the range for inspiration, by the way. Bards are kind of crazy. Okay, so anyway, that's a quick look at the game, and there's a lot to unpack. It's D&D, and we're level 3 already, so there's quite a few options in combat we have if we can ever get a full night's sleep. So I think that's that. Like I said, I like the way the game looks. I like the way it plays. I'm very excited about next week. I hope they have really had a chance. I mean, they delayed the game a couple different times now. It was supposed to be out in August, so they've had an extra month to really polish that gem up. And I hope that they were able to succeed and have a smooth game with, I'm sure there's going to be a few minor bugs here and there. You can't really escape it with a game this big. But, I think we can all agree that having this be a really good experience out of the gate would be great. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this game or want to see any more coverage of it, let me know.